Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Encore une fidèle qui l'Amérique n'a pas bloqué nous. Quand il y a Sylvie, il a quoi qui j'ai vous fait presse. L'Amérique n'a pas bloqué. T'as mon bien de moi avec moi nous deux. En somme on va battre au moins néo. Mon temps dit est à mon ça va bien faire moi dit quoi. Tu là l'occasion. Quand on soit du loin. Allez. Envoyez. Atio loin. Yao, abela lokeyo, bibito jobai, bibito noba, matissimo peyo. Manager Gigi, ouais t'es jamais forcé ou si tu connais tu connais. L'animateur Choco Noska Yassin de Toyebi, l'homme a tout fait pour Mivito, Aniché les deux. C'est moi, Dieu. Attends, nous y bébé. Pété les motos à nouveau bâtiment. On a développé, well, gagné. Adieu, dans your summer, des couilles à Bayano. Oh, lui, voici des conseils de vous. Le monde a gagné. Amunda wejo genda o obati amunda wejo genda oskide kozi do na lo memo genda o abela we mo ode abati o si obati o mo genda o mo teri we na ti ade taliko ye taliko si ye di o genda o l'animateur Choco Noska Yassin de Toyebi, l'homme a tout fait pour Mivito, Aniché les deux. On doit tirer bâtir moi, conseiller c'est moi, dis-moi. Attends, nous y bébé, pété les motos à nouveau bâtiment.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Labra Pub Radio. We're here again this evening to have a wonderful conversation. We say thank you for joining us this evening. Please share this video, share this link to as many people as possible, because we're going to have a conversation that have to do with about our country, the Republic of Liberia. That's what we do every night. That's what we do. I want to thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, Samson to. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, folks. Again, we are here again to talk. I want to thank all of you. Please share this video. Share this video to as many people as possible. We say thank you. Thank you. We're proud of you. We're happy to have you with safety. Lord Jesus, we want to come again before you and say thank you for everything. Forgive us. Forgive us. My Lord, guide us. Bless us. Thanks for your blessing. My Lord, you know, we know that you are a wonderful Father for all of us. We want to thank you again this evening. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for everything. And we will ask that you continue to bless us. Give us the opportunity, the strength to work, the strength to even eat. Thank you. Thank you. We can't see without you. The light is out there with our eyes open, but without you, without your true light, we are unable to see. We want to thank you. My Lord, we come before you again tonight that we ask that the people of Liberia and the Republic of Liberia be blessed through your hands, only through your hands, and we say thank you. My Lord, we ask that the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Waka, be blessed as well, giving long life. Whatever he touches in the interest of the Liberian people, bless his hand. Whichever door he knocks in the interest of the Liberian people, the door must be opened by you. Thank you. Thank you, my Lord. We say thank you again, and we also want to pray for the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, folks, those of you that are listening, we say thank you for joining us. And we're going to start this process here very quickly tonight. And this is a wonderful time again. We want to thank you. We want to thank you, folks. I sent a link out. If you care to join me, that's okay. If not, the liberal tabata will be on. The baby juice are on tonight. That one part the tabata tonight more. That my granddaughter juice. So they're not play thing are coming to counter here about the internet. The man y'all say he can come and rock my show anytime. He ain't able to come tonight. He ain't able. The man cannot make it. He ain't able to come join me tonight. What the cutter? Is that what you waiting for? Oh, my brother. Anyhow, good luck. But if that's what you're waiting for, you think you may come to come join my show tonight. What you waiting for? You joking. He able. That tabata on tonight. Thank you, folks. Thank you for joining us, folks. We have some serious business to discuss here tonight. I want to thank all of you. What is happening in Liberia? It is... I don't know what to say, but all I can do is let's listen to this video. And after you listen to the video, I will continue to play the video all night. But tell me if Liberia, you think will be to this stage. Listen to this.
And I would give every student who came to the Lee Kuan Yew school the same lecture. I said, I'm going to share with you the secret of Singapore's success free of charge. And I to tell the students that if you implement this secret formula, your country will succeed. And I capture the secret formula with the acronym in English, MPH. The M stands for meritocracy. Meritocracy means that you select the best people to run the country. And what brings many countries down, especially in the third world, is that when it comes to selecting the finance minister or the economics minister, they will give their jobs to their brothers, their cousins, their uncles, their relatives, and not to the best people. And Singapore did the exact opposite. In Singapore, their jobs were given to the best people. And in the case of the Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong, when he went to study in Cambridge University, he was the top student in the class, if not in the university. In fact, his professors were so impressed, they said you should become a mathematician because you'll become a world-class mathematician. Then he went to study in another great university, the Harvard Kennedy School. And in that university, he's one of the few students to get an article published in a Tier 1 economics journal. Very few students get articles published in a Tier 1 economics journal. So he's incredibly brilliant. And so if the best man of the job is Mr. Lee Kuan Yew's son, then he should be selected. Not on the basis of the fact that he's a relative, but on the basis that he's the best person for the job. So meritocracy is the first pillar of Singapore's secret formula. The second pillar is P, and P stands for pragmatism. Pragmatism is an English word, and it's an English concept. But the best definition of pragmatism was given by China's leader, Mr. Deng Xiaoping, when he said it doesn't matter whether a cat is black or a cat is white. If the cat catches mice, it is a good cat. So in the same way, it doesn't matter what your ideology is. If it works, you use it. So Singapore was very pragmatic. So it would take some policies that are capitalist and some policies that are socialist, and it would mix them up. And that's what pragmatism is about. You're not bound by any ideology. But the third pillar, the H is of course the hardest to achieve, because H stands for honesty. And indeed, what has brought most third world countries down and what has led to their failures in development has been corruption. And so Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, after he became Prime Minister, made it a point to punish not the junior people, but the very senior people. So when a deputy minister went on holiday with his friend, a businessman, when he came back he was arrested. And so he said, why am I being arrested? He says, you went on a holiday with the businessman, he paid all your expenses, that's corruption. You go to jail. So when a deputy minister is sent to jail, then everybody says, oops, I've got to be careful, I can also go to jail. So that honesty factor is one critical reason why Singapore has been exceptionally successful. So it's a combination of meritocracy, pragmatism and honesty. Then that's the formula for Singapore.
Again, folks, Samson to Labro Paparito. I want to thank you. Jerry, thank you for joining me tonight. We appreciate it. Uh, I'm just showing this video here,
Thank
which
you
is
for
pretty
thank
much.
you for having me.
Thank you. I just showed this video, which just simply tells us that if we want to succeed, honesty, pragmatism, those are the kinds of things that metrical thing. Those are the kinds of stuff that when you put together, you will be successful. He's saying it doesn't matter who you are. Can you do the job? Okay. If you can, you get it. It doesn't matter where you come from, where your ideology. If you can do it, you get it. It doesn't put family members in position. Honesty is the hallmark of everything, which many of our brothers and sisters lack nowadays. But yesterday we entrust the economy and the country to them to run. They are not sincere. They are intellectually dishonest. They are also morally dishonest. And so these are the people that we give the government to help to run. And so then we complain. Why is it that we're having these kinds of issues? Why is it that we're having these kinds of issues? Investors do not see us as being serious. They're refusing to, not that they don't have the money. The connection between Liberia and the United States is a worldwide known phenomenon. It's very close. We're very close, according to history. But why is it that America investors are not rushing to Liberia? If you go next door, Ghana, African American are running over there in droves. They're jumping over us where we have special connection with them. It's because many of our brothers and sisters, they are not taking this thing serious. Again, we're speaking about Morea-based leadership. They are not connected. And so everything they want is their interest for themselves, not for the country, and not for the people that they're trying to they pretend to be leading. If they have their way, many of the people from the countryside will still be carrying Chima in Monrovia, because that's the only way they want to lead. So, again, I just thought that I bring that in. And this is just a video of this guy telling you Singapore, the guy who they selected as a leader, one of the best. And when he came in, it didn't matter where you come from, but whether you be friend or relative or whatever, if you're caught in corruption, you're going to jail. And so the example the guy said, he said when he started sending people to jail, the deputy minister start going to jail. The minister start going to jail. The assistant say, I better be careful. I don't want to be disgraced. That's the family lineage that you want to have. But back home, nobody goes to jail. In fact, if you don't steal until you leave office, people frown on you. They laugh at you. You were there. What you did? Well, when I was there, the money I was making is not enough for me to build a house that you want me to build. Unless I steal. But that's exactly what they were telling them. You are supposed to steal. That the people think. Who people? That are everybody think, but they consider it the people think. And so, Jerry, these are some of the things. Let's hear from you, my brother. Let's hear from you.
You know, I, uh, I listened to that video before you play. Watch it before. Thank you for bringing it up. But you look at Singapore as a whole. Singapore is less than 75 or 60. I think it was 60 some years old. I think less than 75 years old. It's one of the beautiful cities. If you ever visited Singapore, and I mean, he said something. Honestly, the H stand for honestly, pragmatic. And as a leader, you have to do these things. Let me go this way. The purpose of wearing uniform, it is not to arrest or to say yes, the uniform, but you're able to. It's a deterrent for potential violator. Hmm? To discourage the other people from other people. That's why the police wear uniform for. If you go to the hospital, you see doctor wear the web guns and all these things. So it it's distinction different from the people. So identify you. But here's the point I want to make. Why I say police wear uniform. It's a deterrent, like the video said or articulated. And when people are going to jail for the crime they are committed, they are go through the due process of law, and they are sent. But listen, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Toll, every little thing we demonstrate in our country. Hmm? Every little thing, human right. Oh, that's human. Oh, we don't understand the magnitude. We don't understand every Liberians. They are lawyers. They are medical doctor. They are engineers. Everybody have opinion.
I was the
Except in
only
jail
person.
or prosecuted, or you
Jerry,
are
Jerry,
prosecuted
let me
before.
hold you.
When
Can
they
you hear me?
prosecuted, they say that which one?
Jerry,
You the one.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
I thought I was the only
Yeah, I
person
can
from
hear you
Liberia
loud and
because
clear.
I tell
Yeah,
all my children,
yeah, I can loud and clear.
okay, I tell my children I'm a medical doctor, I'm a engineer, I'm a lawyer, I'm everything. I thought I was the only Liberian that go around doing the kind of. Let me bring in Dr. Mileage. I thought I was the only Liberian that go around doing the kind of thing. But to hear from you, that's a plus. Go ahead. Right now, if you want to call my last born
Hmm?
and say what's your
So
dad career, he'll tell you say
you,
he's a doctor, some lawyer, a medical doctor, an engineer, and everything else. That's what I tell them. But go ahead, let's hear from you, my brother, before bringing Dr. Miley.
so 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 all these things there, it contributes to our efficiencies in everything. We are electrician. With this person, you might take for example, yeah, demonstrating on campus, all these things. Fine, that's great. The exercise, they are right to do that.
Jerry,
But
Jerry,
since school that you want
how
to
come
go
the majority
to
black show
demonstrate it,
on your
you are
TV?
destroying.
You can't even hear me again. The majority black show on your internet, your TV start shaking like that. What's going on here? What? Jerry, I was hearing you until the majority black show up
Conspiracy,
and
but
your
don't mind
TV
it. I
start
know
shaking
who
and
they
you
are.
start
We know who
shaking.
they are. We deal with it. Don't worry about that.
My
Don't pay
goodness.
attention to that. So that's the thing. Yes, a university. Yes, a university. You say you are a student. You gotta write to a sample. If give you the privilege our constitution provide that to protect you. But the constitution did not provide for you should destroy the same institution that you wanted to go to. So that man video is right. Let me close by this. Nationalism, where are they as an individual in that country? Let's look at the sanitarian something in Monrovia. Everybody put their trash in the street. Then they say the government clean it. Oh, huh. So what about yourself? You put a trash in the street, for example, you put a trash in the street, then you say the government will clean it. Eh? Go to Singapore. These people have restriction. I have not been to Rwanda, but what I read, these are restriction. If you go to Singapore, these are restriction. If you do it, they are penalty. So it's a complete deterrent. And everybody watching everybody. So if you put it there, somebody see you say, well, tell you say, Mr. Chairman, move it. Mr. Mali, you gotta move it. If you don't do it, it's a price you pay. But where are the people? Where are we? I don't know when the last time you were in Monrovia, but when I was going to the village the last time, I got a beginner, I was discouraged. I mean, the water bed, the plastic bed, I mean, it's flying all over the town. And it's destroying the environment. And the people don't get rotten. So I will pause there. Thank you. I mean, I can go on all night.
Thank you. Let me work on Dr. Mali. Dr. Mali, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. We are having some conversation about governance, good people, honesty, and people merit being employed based on merit and honesty and pragmatic. Those are the three words that I'm trying to put together here tonight. Give us your insight from any one of those. Or speak to something else, anything that is on your mind. Please join us. Thank you.
Well, I didn't know that since I've been away, we have been classified as minority now. I didn't
You're
know that.
majority black. You're the majority black.
I didn't know that we are being elevated. Anyway, thank you. Well, I think the topic is a very important topic. But let me just hang around what Mr. Barkon just said. The plastic bear story. I think I want to I want to attribute some of these things to this uh don't care attitude and doing things over and over and no one penalizing anyone. You see where we are today in this country and the rest of the developed world, they are developed not because they're so rich, but they make sure their laws are enforced. I think that's the difference. But for all in Africa, or Liberia in particular, like for instance, I'll be made city mayor of Morovia. Mr. Bako and I we are childhood friends. We went to one school together. And Mr. Bako, for some reason, sent his son to work with me. And he does wrong. And the policy is there. When you take money from here, you don't can account for it. We'll punish you. But because Mr. Bako myself came from that background and he brought his son to me in person, it became a problem. How do I punish the little boy? You see, I think there where the whole problem coming from in Liberia. I think there where the problem is coming from. So it's like we are running our government or our society with some form of human face, a little compassion, a little tradition. I think that's the missing link. So at the end of the day, instead of me punishing the labor, I will call Mr. Bacon and put my anger to him. I said, my man, the labor, bro, yeah, the labor embarrassed me. Meanwhile, the laws are there that the labor is supposed to go to court. If he found guilty, he got to go in for 6 months. But instead of me focusing on the law now, I am focusing on Mr. Bacon because where we come from. You see, I think that is the missing link, laborer in Liberia, in our society up to today. Like for instance, when the ex-slaves came, they were all interconnected. You see, so it's like if we don't have space to give Mr. Bacon job, what we did, we said, Mr. Bacon, you got 2 buildings. Okay, we'll rent it from you. More and you get something to eat. That's how the guy was doing the thing. You see, that's how they were operating. So at the end of the day now, we prioritize the fraternity or friendship or relative related thing. So to punish me now, like someone come to where labor living and they say, they grab the person, they say, oh, the person that Mali, oh, they say they get need Mali. The first thing that will come to a laborer say, but who's I wonder that Mali's daughter here. You know, so that sympathy will sink in. That sympathy will sink in. For him to go now and apply the rules that, oh no, we got to apply it. That's the difference we made with the developed world and some of the other people. I think that's why some things are going on. You were just talking about Rwanda. I've been reading about their stories. I even get some friends there that are going to school. Oh, labor, what's going on? Okay. They said that the post city is very clean. You see? So I think it will get a portion out of our society, which of course, I don't know how possible it is. Then maybe we'll be heading somewhere. When I was in Ghana at a refugee camp, they had a trash bucket in some of the commercial car. You put your trash inside. You put it outside, the police pull you over. They may even grab everybody if you can't identify the person. You see? What going on again? I don't think I the problem.
The man out of control. It's a man out of control.
Sorry. The man, yeah, I don't want to talk about him tonight.
I want to blame you. So, Mr. Bacon, I think that is the missing link. I think so. That is the missing link.
Thank you.
This missing link, we have lived with it for a long time. Because if I want to take decision now, I'm thinking, who will call me from the interior? Maybe you also link to my mom. My mom will call me. Oh, Mr. Male, How you can behave on Mr. Bakon like this? Why you put that man so inside of that? You coming for the family name and all the kind of things started coming in. I'm forced to even take that labor from jail. And I think that is the missing link that really undermining our society. I think so. I may be wrong.
Thank you. Thank you. What you guys are saying is quite correct. Back in, and I'll use myself as an example. Back in 1980, when my little brother, they came to power, the PRC brothers and relatives were driving regularly in Monrovia. Some of them never drove before and would take car or motorbike and just ride all over damaging and what have you. And so I went across the bridge. I never drove before. I went across the bridge, got into my brother. Those days they had this Volkswagen, green Volkswagen car that was assigned to PRC member. I got in that. A friend of mine, he's in Minnesota now, but he was very close to my brother. They and I used to fight all the time anyway. But I put into the car and we took the car from the yard, to drive across, going towards the main road, Cape Monroe. And so when he got out, he couldn't find a car. They told him, "Oh, Samson say he went learn how to drive." He said, "In the government car." He said, "Yeah, it's okay." He got on a motorbike. When you go to OAU, they have a gate before you go to the compound itself. They have a gate. In our backs over there, they have a jailhouse in the back of it. So when he came, because he could drive.
Yeah, they call it Waterloo.
Yeah, yeah. So when he came, he said, "Okay, you got how's it driving?" By that time, you have already told the people to the gate that two people come here. I want you to lock them up. He didn't tell them who they were. So he said, "Okay, I'm going to take the car. You take the bike and you go by. Let me just go to town." My friend and myself said, "Okay, yeah, go ahead, go to town." We started walking. We got to the gate. It was around about nine something, 9:15 or so. Blew the locker up. He turned around, went back to the house with a car. My mom was there. My mom was at the house. But when he got there, he told my little brother, "Don't tell my mom. I locked them up. What do you think they are? They're gonna take government car and try to use it like that. What kind of business are that? A park car? All kind of thing he was saying." So my mom looked around. 8:30 at night, no Samson. 9, no Samson. 10 o'clock, no. So he said, he asked my brother, he said, "Where your brother?" I have that big man. I want to control him. I don't know where you. So my little brother said, "No, that lie. He put them in jail. He locked them up." My mom started crying. That was the only reason, because his intent for us to spend 24 hours in jail. So he came, got her out. I was so vexed. I said, "I'm not staying here. I'm going back to town. I don't want to stay here again." He said, "Go." Then as I was leaving, he told my mom one thing, and I will still remember that he told my mom, he said, "This country, we just kill people for corruption." We said they were stealing. And he would take car that I'm paid fasting for. Because of the position I'm in, the government gave me car. Then he would take it. Just as he was saying he would take it, we saw Polia running. Polia running towards the road. His brother had just had a nasty accident in his car. So he told my mom, he said, "You see what I'm talking about? Why would he take this car that's not my car? Why would he do that?" So my mom said, "What you got to put in jail for?" I said, "I leave and say I'm going to Total tonight." So, mother, you're quite correct. Now, the men who are trying to punish me now, he started begging my mom. So these are the kinds of problem we have, but we have to be strong. It is not about individual. This is about a country. Everything in our country belongs to all of us. You cannot behave like that to say, "Oh, like Ellen would say, when people want job in a place, they go to my sister." We can't do that. You can do families and what have you, but when it comes to business as usual, so but one interesting thing happened yesterday. As Waterspoon opened his show, people were calling him, and one guy called and asked him. He said, "Stanton, if you're in position, do you able to fire Dr. Francine?" And Stanton didn't come out emphatically to say yes. He was going like this. This, these are things. They are very, very difficult. What we're asking President Weah and what we're asking President Bakai, these are difficult, difficult things to do because our culture is for us to be connected to each other. But if you are put in a position of power or of authority, you knowing full well that this is something about the country, you have to respect the rules. You don't go bending the rule because then you put the president and everybody else in a big mess. Because now they can't do whatever they have to do because of people say you don't care for family, what have you. So if you are given a position, if you are given a responsibility, try to do your best. Don't take what is not yours. Jerry, let's hear from you.
I'm gonna have different view on the issues. Is from the leadership. Let's go to someone who believe in God, who believe we are Christian. And when Adam and Eve was in the garden, they disobeyed God, and God, expelled them from the garden. Hmm? When Moses was going to Egypt to Israel, when he told Moses, "You're not going to reach the promised land," it doesn't mean he was not a God. He didn't mean he didn't let Moses or he didn't let the Egyptian. So I just want to bring that one because that's what we believe in. But and our little 1972 when Tower became president, when there was racial killing in Maryland, and the senator, I believe, was Anderson, okay, for racial killing, and the people were investigated and they were found guilty and they were executed. In Banka, his cousin, Tower hanged his own cousin because he committed a murder. He killed his wife, and Tower said, "I don't kill him. That the Lord I killed him." So you see, we have to be strong. I understand all what we are saying, but we have to make some decision that it is not popular, but as a leader, it's a deterrent. Until we can come to that deterrent, nobody will take you for granted. When he came to power, when Tower came to power, if he can, maybe we are here, three of us here, this man's a young man, probably you might read some of the thing or maybe here. But if you
I'm
don't
not
come to
too
work on
sure whether
time,
he
someone
was
say,
even
you know
born at
what,
that
just stay
time.
home.
When Tower came to power,
I mean, 80 born, 79 born.
okay.
I mean, 79 born, 80 born anyway. So, but we're talking to you, Pastor. But these are the things. And people begin to fall in line. Huh? And people begin to fall in line. So this thing is our responsibility from it starts from the leadership of us. If you're a church supervisor, you gotta be on time. When you're a manager, you gotta be on time. And it's time for the waking up. Just think about it now. I want you to start thinking. We are just going 25 years into the 21st century. Look where we are. We are just going 25 years into the first century. And we are also blessed. In the 21st century, we have two former presidents, and we got one current president. So we are making some progress in some direction. But at the same token, we have to keep our eye on the ball while we make the country. Yeah? Like the road fund, the previous administration, money was given. Today, there's no accountability of that money. They swept under the rug. So it's enough for us. And some of the citizens had to make noise too. You don't have to go demonstrate and go break houses. You can make a, if you break the infrastructure, guess what? The government used it to justify and say, well, the people broke the thing, and so we got to find money to replace it. But there's other civil disobedience you can do. You don't have to break infrastructure. You got a right to petition your state representative or um your legislature, but you don't have to break the car. So that's another topic. But all of them intertwined. So we have to be strong to make the decision. If the person to be prosecuted, let him be prosecuted. But who are the prosecutors? To say yes. Let me close by this. In the how much I don't like Giuliani, he fought the work out of crime in New York when he was what did he tell? Attorney General, not Attorney General, but state what is it? The position you're holding, but it will come to my mind. Okay? And he fought John Gotti, godfather of all in New York. He fought John Gotti. And today, the mafia is kind of depleted. You can't hear about mafia business anymore. So these I think somebody have to wear the pants and say, you know what, this is my agenda. I'm going to fight. Actually, you were the country, you were the Attorney General at that time
Right.
for the state.
Thank you. And he became mayor later on. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Doug, thank you for pointing that out as well. Let's hear from you, Terry. Thank you for joining us. Rescue 2. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we appreciate it. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I don't know what your topic may be. Dr. Malik,
You're
welcome.
come in. Yeah, welcome. You're coming, and you're the rescue too. And anything you say, good.
No.
Shit.
Yeah,
Another thing
actually,
I rather change.
we are in a
we're talking about patriotism, honesty, and integrity, and so that's it. That's what we're talking about: integrity, honestly, patriotic to the country. We're talking about Singapore.
Yeah,
Singapore is the model.
Let me ask you this question, and I'm intentionally throwing you out there right now. You can say I don't want to answer, and we'll move on. Do you believe that there are some pastors who are just as crook as anything else? And if so, why do they pretend to be what they know they're not? Can you speak to that a little bit?
Well, I think it's a worldwide problem. In every sector of life, people are corrupt. So people see the pastoral fee as a means to generate wealth, quick to get popularity, and they take advantage of that once they have been schooled to some level of biblical understanding. They can exploit the fee. So I do believe they have a lot of people, a lot of pastors who do exploit the people, based upon their little knowledge of understanding of scripture.
Thank you. So now let make us our appearance on the show night in, night out with the statement you just made, make her irrelevant here tonight. So then what is the purpose of us trying to hold the government and people in the government their feet to the fire to do what is good? If some people who they hold it down cannot do it, Terry, why do you expect somebody from the ghetto to do it that way here every day? We can't do the thing here. So they're like, what we doing? We just bluffing you. But actually, we just here to come bluff. Agree with me?
No, we're not bluffing.
Where we are not, I want to believe everybody got a contribution to make. Like I said the last time, human being by nature is corrupt. What curtail us and restrain us from not doing wrong is rules, regulations put into place that regulate people. That's why government come into place to regulate everybody. And rules and regulation laws are made by the same people in order to restrict the people from doing what the people want to do, because man by nature is actually corrupt. So we too have an obligation, in as much as we all have weaknesses from different perspectives, but we have contribution to be made towards our country. But you are right, in a sense. If we do not, if we cannot evaluate ourselves, why should we evaluate other people? So that's a good point too. If we cannot evaluate ourselves, why should we critique? Why should we, you know, regulate other people? Why should we call other people out? Somebody will say, "Well, we're not the best messenger for that." But again, like Ba said, every man by nature is corrupt. But when people are given the authority to lead, wherein they are under oath and they are under guidelines and constitutional laws created by the people, then they are obligated to be held in more responsible position for everything that they will do against the laws that were orchestrated. That is why we have the right to critique the government. We have the right to critique the people in power, because we must also understand that we are paying them to do the right thing, and they are being paid from our money, our taxpayer money, and they are also under obligation by the laws of the state by which the people themselves initiated. So they supposed to be held on a higher pedestal than people who just living their normal life in society, from my viewpoint. But my
Thank you.
attention was actually drawn
Okay.
today to something that I listened to concerning the military, because the military went to discuss about how they are going to do a patrol. They're going to do a patrol, and they have a code name called True Guidance. And they're going to do a patrol in not a long distance period from now. They're going to be patrolling to around in those various counties. And they're going to continue doing the patrol. All right. And somebody called and said, why are the military trying to usurp the authority of the joint security or the police force and the immigration? But my concern was drawn to the fact that whether if the president is in the know, because the guy was explaining how that they have the military guy said they have the right to declare these kind of operations. And he said the main reason for them going to do those things is because our borders are exposed. There are a lot of drugs trafficking. There are a lot of things happening in the country. So they're going there to curtail it.
Well,
But my
for me,
fear is
uh-huh.
the military coming outside in that form and manner pose a threat to the people.
And let me just call it right there, Terry. That Tabata, the people will not move until the president of the Republic of Liberia request. Most of these people, their leadership has been trained by America and other Western nations. They will not move until the president say move. When you see the people going to Grand Jide to stay at the border, the president most likely have given them the okay. So it will not happen without the president.
Because
It, they,
because the reason I'm saying they got to talk about people doing illicit mining, and they're going to make sure that they will be
so when
catching
you see
them,
them,
people caution.
when you see the military coming out to make these kinds of statement, then the president must have had a conversation with them. And I believe basically what they're doing, they are preparing the nation for such. They will not do anything. The Liberian army is not wartime army. You know, we can laugh at them and things there, but they have some intelligent and intellectual among them. that will not go and contravene the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia.
So you don't believe that citizens could be harassing the process, people chicken in the village, people,
And not,
taking.
they're not the total scoreboard here. Those days, as a scoreboard, when we're coming from Zwedru, we stop because the score law say you can go in the pure village, you can only eat what you can eat, you can't take anything. So when we get to the pure village, we root out their society, but we can't take it. You just eat it before you stomach and they score rule. So the scoreboard here for them to go start thinking people chicken and thinking. But now, this is where, on a very serious note, Terry, what you're just saying, if this is true, this process will also test the Liberian military as to whether they are indeed an organization for good. And the leadership themselves that are going to agree with, I'm sure, with the president agreement with the president. Now, if they agree to go out, the leadership themselves will also be putting themselves to a higher standard of test as to whether they're able to control these people. Some of them have not gotten paid for months. Are they going to be able to control them if they were able to succeed in seizing drugs and money and what have you? Are they going to be able to control and that this money and the drugs are turned over to proper authority? That's going to be interesting. And because of that,
That's
I,
what I'm talking.
but because of all of these things that I just put out, I just think say that joking matter here ain't ready yet. When the president ready to do something like that, he will announce it. Let me go to that. Thank
Joking,
you.
neighbor. The people starting the operation and they tell you when they're going to start. You say joking. the,
But
the people are about
here's
to
the thing.
start in a week or two.
Here's the thing here. If they don't do it right, then this is a launching pad for many anger Liberians. Believe me, the army in Liberia, they don't have that kind of power to move people, to push people around. They can't do it. They don't have that
And
means.
even the name, sorry, before, even the name True Guidance, to me, it sounds political. And the
Well,
guy said it's a code name, it's a code nomenclature, meaning it's more to it than what it really is.
yes.
Even though they can only say as much as they can
First
on
of
the
all,
radio.
before they get involved in something like that, not just the president who has the executive power to do such, but that the entire legislatures, the upper and the lower house, will be informed. They have committee that are responsible in those areas. They will be informed. You can't just take an army and go to Grand Jide County and then you say you're going to
But the
patrol.
people say they have been given a command by the chief of staff and they have the
Okay,
authority to do that.
if the chief of staff gave him that, then mostly the chief of staff got that confirmation from the
Huh?
president. That's the point that you can't leave the president out of it. Now, if they go to the
The
places,
Mr. Better Tobacco can help us because I don't know, but anyway.
yeah, well, yeah, we'll come to Mr. Barker, but let me go to Dr. Mali. But Terry, for me, until the executive marshal comes out and give more credence to this type of comment and what have you, for me that Tabata yet. But I'm not saying it's not true, but that Tabata. Let me go to Dr. Mali. Dr. Mali, let's bring you down to before this young man can start putting lemon into our teeth
Oh
here.
no, we can lecture your talk. Sorry for that. Let's
Try
go
try
back
to
to your
sour
topic.
sour our conversation here. Let me ask you, Dr. No, on a very serious note. No, but Terry, that's a good point. When you come on, that's one of the reasons why I call you rescue too. Because after I finish talking about Timothy, you come by and then you put me on the roll by bringing in up to date
Okay.
conversation, which I really appreciate. Let me go to Dr. Malley. Dr. Malley, before Terry came in, we were talking earlier about people not respecting the rule or people using the rules to benefit themselves. But at the bottom of all that, according to you, is the family lineage that is the culture does not allow us to say, oh, the parliament chief spoke, but we're not listening to him. It won't allow us to do that. So let me ask you this, Dr. Mary. And I think you're in a very good position to answer that because it's in your neck of the wood. Do you think the government, any government, in order for you to be successful in making sure the rule of law survive, that you have the rule of law and you have the state on the other hand. You misbehave, the state calm down. Or you have the rule of law and you have the Bible on your hand. You make mistake, the Bible says you are not to do X, Y, and Z. Which way will you go, Dr. Matter? Please talk to me.
Well, from a little experience and my exposure since the war up to now, and my little analysis I have been making, I strongly believe that a disciplined society can make us strive seriously. But let me just go back to Collins's statement. You see what Collins is bringing? It like he looking at it from the Western perspective where the offices are set up independently to do, to do exactly what is required of them. But it's not the same, like Liberal said, it's not the same with Africa. You see, where the president knows is in everything, because there are possibility for the president to even call you and say, why you are going to Grand Jide? I don't even know why you're going to Grand Jide. No one briefed me about this security thing. And as soon as you end up losing your job. So I agree with Liberal. When the president is not in that thing to give it a blessing, the chief of staff down, they're not going to do nothing. But back to your question, Liberal, I think, as I said, we're missing one thing in the conversation. The whom make up the society. You see? So everything that is happening in the society right now is reflected from how the school is being run. They get a parable that says the type of education we provide our children can sometimes determine the type of society we'll be having. If we provide education where we spoon feeding our children, they buying grades, there are a whole lot of kickback. When someone graduates, what do you expect? They're going to carry that same thing in the various offices. So, Liberal, I think there's a problem with the homes in Liberia. The homes in Liberia, the home not straightened up. And this is the reason why the society is going as they are going. So everything that is happening down there, like for instance, the leniency, someone do something, you don't want to punish them, it's all in the various home. And this is the reason why it's being reflected in the society. But to be frank with you, to your question, you see, when they got the late Turbo, when he hanged up people in Maryland, they saw him to be the black sheep in the room. People did not see him to be a Liberian anymore. People saw that man in a very different light. When that man went to fund that ministry and sack people because people coming to wear late, so it's like people were seeing the man differently, you see. But to be very frank with you, it will run our society to enforce the law. Whether you my brother or you my sister or you my aunt, we make sure you put trash on the street and you are caught, the law is applied. I think that one way we can straighten Liberia, because that's the same thing that happened in Rwanda right now. I got some friends there in school from some Liberians. All right? The police are very tough on people down there. So I think we need, what you see, like for instance, let's get back to, I know the conversation coming sport now. Let's get back to His Excellency President Joseph Boakai.
But be careful. Be careful.
No,
be very careful.
I say it coming sport.
Yeah, because we're ready for you. Be careful. The three of us, you only one. The other men are coming here to know. You know that.
Yeah, you see, rescue 1 and 2 laughing. So no, but when that's sport too bad anyway. You see, Joseph Boakai, I don't know whether you for rescue 1, 2, 3 have studied him. But Joseph Boakai, he triple compassionate than all the leaders have been coming in our country. So it even make it worse. You even legitimize the fraternity in our country. Joseph Boakai is not the type to see someone going to Bella Yala. No way, not going to happen. Joseph Boakai is not the type where your horse is burning and because you stole money and so you should still go to jail. Joseph Boakai not in our business. You see, he's not in our business. So to be frank with you, we need what I call a macro manager of Liberia. Why you macro manage every inch of that society. No smile, no love, no nothing. Joseph Boakai, he's far from there. Joseph Boakai, I want to think he's a laissez-faire leader. Very quiet, very easygoing, no one, no much trouble. And so sometimes we got to study the leadership in Liberia to make projection on how far Liberia is going. You see, Helen Johnson Sirleaf, we used to call her the Iron Lady. Tell me now, when she became president, that title disappeared. So the question now, Liberia, why did it disappear? Helen looking at someone when you put trash on the street, that whole bus will be arrested, will find a person, and they go to jail. That's how Helen appeared to be. But when she became president, she became more compassionate. I don't know whether His Excellency, the Vice President, passed over his viral, transferred his viral to her. I think that what happened. So there are so many compromises in our place there. You see, so I'm sorry, the friendship going to go the other way.
So you're trying to suggest here, Dr. Mali, and before I go to Jerry,
yeah,
you're trying to suggest here that why the vice president was parked in the car in the garage, the president was passing on the virus of compassion to him.
Yeah, that transmission it existed.
Okay, thank you.
And it didn't just exist, but it existed to a very high level. And I know the papa told her many times, leave that one there. Just leave that one there. Don't put anybody in jail. Just leave it.
Yeah.
That what happened. He was packed, but he transmitted a lot of compassionate.
Oh, he the one was transmitting the virus to her.
Yes. That's why she couldn't do anything herself.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I thought usually when you park the car, I mean, the car still all of that, it collect dust, it can't even function.
No, but no, let me one thing clear. Even though Joseph Boakai was parked, but the Omar relied on her on him many times for an advice.
Thank you.
And what I see Joseph Boakai, he's very good in a particular terrain when it comes to advancing on things.
Thank you.
And it always on a liberal line.
There we go. Thank you. I want to make the announcement. The CEO is the master on the thing here, and the way my setup look this is what we all used to. But the CEO coming and touch all kind of things. Look at it one here. He put it down and leave it like this, and then we gotta come back. You see, we're all going again. So the CEO, hey, all kind of thing in the player, man.
No, liberal. I don't want to think so, man.
Okay. All right. Well, you don't want bro about parking business. I
don't think the CEO is transmitting any virus on the platform tonight.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go to Kalon. We will open the line around about another 10-15 minutes. We'll open the line, my man. So we like for you to take part. Please stay with us. Let's go to you, Jerry. You heard Dr. Mali say that we need a leader that perhaps, and then let me just put it to you bluntly. Do we need Joseph Stalin in Liberia?
No. You see, you come and spoil the conversation.
But Dr. Mali, you finish talking. Oh, let me ask the question.
No, I said macro manager.
Yeah, but Joseph Stalin was macro manager.
He was not. He was not. We can't bring Joseph Stalin in our place there.
Okay.
Manager,
do we need Hitler in Liberia?
No, we really don't even need that.
Okay. Do we need Totman back in Liberia?
Turbo.
or October. Let's
No, no,
Jerry
no, no,
talk to
no.
me.
You go to third man, the whole thing.
But
You
when
keep with
Dr.
it.
Mara, you see that you come and start from you come to tell me how to run my show now again. You come in and you starting again. Yeah.
Okay,
I asked that question. They said no, I don't want that one. I asked
okay.
that.
No, I say I want. No, no. I say I want turbo.
No, but look at somebody saying you have to know.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Rescue one.
Yeah, because our
No,
enemy,
I've been a lion den tonight, so I'm sorry.
our enemy saying you have to know. But let me go to Jared. Talk to me. What type
Yes.
of leader you think this whole problem have to do with the type of leadership we have?
One thing you have to take into consideration: everybody have a leadership, the style of leadership, and Joseph Baka is probably is one of those. One thing I know, I've been knowing the excellency for the past 20 years, 2 decades now. But
Jared,
I
you know the man like that. Then how come I get joy you?
but I will hear myself I get you. But I'm not listen. My doctrine was, or my belief when I met Mr. Wakai when he was vice president before the vice presidency, or during his vice presidency, and he mentored me, and he know what he wanted to do for the country. He might be slow, but he's sure. That's what I can tell you. And one thing I can tell you, hmm, he's a stubborn man. When he say I'm going to do this, when he make up his
So let
mind,
me push you. Let me push you.
I
Let
can,
me push you,
yeah.
Jared. We're
When he
not gonna
say,
let you. We're not gonna
mhm,
let you. No, no, no. We'll cut you off right there and push
thank
you
you.
on this one. You know him very well.
Yes, sir.
Do you see some of the things that we're complaining about that perhaps you yourself might be complaining as well?
Yeah.
Do you think President Barker recognized these? And if so, you think he will fix it before the 4 years over?
Believe me, believe me, I can promise you, or I can tell you, Mr. Buckeye, His Excellency, he will fix the thing. It's just that the page that you want him to run, he's not running that page. That's a difference right there. But His Excellency, he's a man who is very compassionate about Liberia. He loves Liberia. He wants to see, because that's why he always say the country about the young people. He always said that. When we sit down with him, he say, look, Nigeria, I don't want anything. I just want to lay the foundation for the country. It might be slow, or it might not come out the way it's supposed to be coming out. But I know his tenure as a president, things going to change in that country. Believe me, or some reason. But yeah, what I want to say, two things I want to address. Terry, Terry talk about.
Y'all keep talking. Oh, the CEO really put numbers on me, oh, my people.
Okay, but then that's
Why?
fine. Very good. Terry talk about the military operation. Well, I mean, I didn't listen to it, so I don't know the detail what what they really want. Or you see, in operation, what is the goal? What you try to achieve, and you have to define your role. What they want to achieve and what they want. So I don't know the details, so I'll be very limited, on that operation issue. But for you to put the military out there, the military is different from the police. At least the police are different than the military. If you bring the military in, the country get panicked, and you have to explain why you're bringing the military in and what is the military, what is their time, their duration, how long they're going to be there, what is the purpose. Okay, so all these things they will take into consideration before they deploy the military. So I really don't know the detail. I didn't listen to it, but so I just want to say, Jerry. So all these things they take them into consideration before they make that decision. And for what I know, the president will be brief, and the Senate and the House of Representatives that say on the High Commission or committee will be brief. And what is it? Because you cannot do anything without the House of Representatives or the Senate because they don't want to allocate the money. They have to finance it. You cannot just go and say I'm going on operation. They have to find they got to find that money and say, okay, we're going to spend the money on social thing. For tonight, I will give you a pass. I'm not even going to, I'm not going to muddy the water. So it's a different game. But when it comes to the excellency, you're a man who take into consideration taller thing before he make a decision. He's not one of those that just said, you know what, I need to do this. He one of those that steady thing before he. If you go there and sit down with him, when you're talking, people say he's sleep, but he's not sleeping. And if you say anything to him, word by word, he will come back to you and say, or when you're saying something, he say, and this is not what you're talking about. This is what you're talking about. So I know him very well for the past 20 years. So I can tell. But you said something about our family people. See, this is what's going on in our country. The pre-war and post-war. Hmm? The pre-war, there was all three of you that right here now. We in our maybe in the late 50s or in our early 60s or going in our mid 60s. And they were disciplined at home, Brother Matt. They were disciplined at home. And you know, even though there was no telephone in our home, but if you misbehave in school, by the time you get home, the news is already at home. I didn't know how they used to do it. And before you get home, in fact, you will get double punishment. So that institution was there. And it was a village. Today, that discipline has evaporated. The teachers will do something and you go home and go ask your teacher and go ask your father, so what happened in school? Or teacher did this to me. What did you do to the teacher? Or what did you do? So you will get corporal punishment from the school administration. And when you go home, there you go tell your mom, say, this is what happened in the school, or this is what happened in the hospital. So it's a different something. Look at our society today. The post-war, people are traumatized. And how many role models do we have right now? The teacher themselves, the police officers themselves. I think I sent one of the videos. Where in this world you, at the body, Samson and myself, think about it. When they say policemen were coming, you shaped them at a time. Today, the people are brave to call out a police officer in the streets. I said, where are we? You must say, dare you? 3 hours. We are the oldest on the platform. You are not brave enough to put your hand on a police officer. Where are we? What society are we doing today? So these are the things we have to take into consideration, especially some of we in leadership and some of you we in education. We have to sit down. Like I said the last time. The security. 1 second, can I finish? 1 second, please. Can you
please. Go ahead.
The police, the security forces need to sit down with the media, with the clergy, and I think about 5 different people. We need to sit down, or the education sector, health, to put a comprehensive something, the future of our country. Where are we going in the 21st century? And what is the roadmap to our 21st century? These are the things some of we are thinking, and hopefully we'll have the opportunity to present some of these things to our leaders and think those are in leadership.
Thank you. Let me bring in
Okay, fine. Go ahead. But anyway, I'm a co-host. I will co-host our video here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, co-host. The man, they don't have no standing here tonight. Go ahead, co-host.
Something going on. We have less than 20 days. Nima Kanto will be replacing his late Senator Mr. Johnson, the late Senator Prince Johnson. And it's interesting. I'm subject to be corrected with the panelists or our listening audience. Please chip in. The 2 ruling party, I don't see not at Kennedy. The ruling party right now and the strong opposition party, which is the CDC, in there, I think about 7 candidates are in the race. I don't see CDC. I don't see Unity Party candidates. So I just wanted to. I hope we can take a time to discuss it. That is also a testament to the current vice president, to whether he's going to be the godfather for Nima County, even though his party DMR is in the race. So sorry for all the discourse. I pause.
Thank you. Those days when you're walking the street of Monrovia, the policemen see your eye red, they're taking you in. Your eyeball went red, they take you in. You're going to explain why your eyeball red like that. So, true story. Carlo, those days they call it Carlo. When they catch it, everybody believe that 7 year in jail, no two-way street around it. So you don't even want to stay around Carlo business. That Morea then. Now you're able to look at somebody and say, how you eyeball red? When they man finish with your man say you when they you policeman, you ask somebody why you eyeball red. When they finish with you, you will know yourself. Let me break in Walter Carter. Walter Carter, thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate you, sir. As usual. Let's hear from you. What's on your mind? I hope that being an LPR contributor, one of the partners here does not give you any, on the liberal show, does not give you any right to talk tabata here tonight that we might not like. So thank you for joining us. Join us to praise this government. Join us to say how good this government is doing. Are you prepared for
Oh
that,
Lord.
Walter Carter?
Thank you for
The man
having me, the
he gonna take
liberal.
an oath.
Yeah, you need to put your right hand up and we'll put you on the Bible. Now,
Mm-mm.
well, in fact, thank you, co-host,
I'm a
for bringing
left
that
hand. I'm
up.
a left hand. I'm a left hand panelist here. I
You
put the
see
left
that?
hand
You
up.
see that? You see why you not doing it?
Is that a
Uh,
Richard Kuhn left hand?
That's why I
Yeah,
put it up.
that way you put it. I don't know why Reggie Cool, and that picture is going to be in history book. Why you
thank you.
put his left hand up? I really don't. But let's hear from you, Carter, before we open the
So
line. Go ahead, my brother.
yeah, we here to promote the regime because we got regime speaker, regime president, and everything. So yeah, I mean we got regime co-host. I mean host co-host. They all here. So we all we're gonna do. They said when you go to a room, you act like the room. Or so what can I do? I'm here, but sometimes it's hard to contain the independent. The independent has to speak his mind. And I like the conversation. I remember back in the days when they used to arrest people for vacancy. You remember vacancy? When they used to arrest people, you just walk in on the street and somebody would just grab you and carry you.
Why you're
And
not
you're
in
not supposed.
school? First of all,
What? If
why
I
are you
vacancy or
not in
not, it was
school?
not
Are you
only for
kind of
school.
this?
Vacancy was not only for school.
No, I
9 o'clock,
I
ten
know.
o'clock, 10 o'clock in the evening, night, 11. People see you walking down the street. If you're not from the area you walk in, you will be arrested. And because it was not a good thing for our country at the time, people didn't understand it. Moreover, everybody knew everybody in Morovia. Morovia was from capital, from Duka to the Capitol Hill, right to the Pan African Plaza area. That was Morovia there. So any family need you call from any end of that place, from Gabriel Tucker Bridge to the sea, from Duka to that side, any family need you call, somebody will know somebody in that area. So to see somebody strange walking in the street, the police will arrest you. Because at that time, you're not supposed to be in that area. Why are you there? So they will arrest you saying to Belayala. You understand? So I think it was bad for our society. Where our society fell short, and today we see the the spread of indiscipline, breakdown of family value, and all that. It was from our civil war. From our civil war, our civil war came, and we saw children becoming parents, and the parents becoming children. We saw how the Civil War destroyed the fabric of the family. When your own daughter now, somebody's gonna see you could come and see your 16-year-old daughter say, hey, Papi don't want to let her. You scared to say anything because the gun is right there. So your daughter becomes the breadwinner because you the father, you can't say a thing. You sit down. And secondly, hunger was so tough in the land that father could not even go out to get food. You risk being killed. Somebody will label you as either a rebel or you was in the government or store. So the young children, especially the female, went out, the girls went out there to hunt to get food for the father. The young boys went and joined the revolution, and with the hope that they would take care of themselves and their family and all that kind of stuff. And it became bad for our society. And we start having children without you know structured parents or activities around it. So you saw young girls having babies by or rebels. You saw young boys having babies by young girls. You saw Ecomo came and start having children by our young women and all that kind of stuff and left the babies right in the country. And those kids that were born during the war, they had no structure. The only thing they knew was what they saw. And those are the children we're dealing with today. I went to Liberia. Almost everybody can curse any kind of word you can hear on the side. They curse it. When they're speaking to you, people that we used to sit in class with and talk with that would dare even hiss their teeth at another friend. They soon to open their mouth, the F and the M and the this word coming out. I'm like, oh, what Liberia heading to? So our whole thing is from the war. Now we got a government in place. The thing about how we can fix some of our problems, and like I said on this platform many times, we have to be honest with our discussion. We have to put country first instead of individual. When we stop lying and be honest with our country, at least we'll start changing some of the things that need to be changed. People defend wrong on this platform because they feel that the wrong, if they speak the truth, it will favor somebody they already against. On this very platform, my own brother Terry, even though he didn't openly defend the majority black, but some of the things he was saying in disguise was supporting the majority black action. Even today, look at Spoon. Spoon, the one that gave the majority black even voice to speak. Every day he was bringing for the family on. He was bringing Coca on. He was promoting it to make Kofa to look like a cheap human being in that place there. Today it has backfired. Then he goes back on his platform and talk about we can't solve our own problem. We gotta get Nigeria coming in. You forget when you are promoting lawlessness in the country. Now what you want to say it backfire in your face. We said it here, liberal said it here before. We cannot do the things we continue to do. The Constitution say you must have 27 or 28 or whatever number, and you must give somebody due process. You don't go soliciting people name or even telling them what you're taking their name for and come and fool the Liberian people and say we got the numbers and we got to do this and do that. And at the end of the day, yeah, we are at a stalemate that we got to be inviting people to come. Now, the very ECOWAS that came and you rejected them, you're running back to them to solve our problems. You see how shameful it is? So this is where we are. We must be honest to the discourse. We must look in the faces of our leaders and tell them the truth if we want our country to go forward. We have seen too many destructions. We have seen too many deception in our nation that
Thank you.
today we can put our hands on and say, you know what I mean? I'm not going to follow John Brown. I will elect him. But if he continue to go the way he's going, I'm a calling off for it. And I
Thank
think
you.
we'll be doing our country good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Folks, we're going to open the line. We want you to give us a call here, 916-533-2048. In the meantime, while we're waiting for your call, let's go to Terry. Terry, talk to me. We have a former president, um, and I'm going to be ridiculous here. We have a former president when we're talking about patriotism now, somebody love for country. We have a former president who love for country is beyond reproach. The president loves the country so much that when he was playing football, he used to come when the people were fighting war. So the people gave him position to be president of the Republic of Liberia. Caller will come to you. Just stay tight, please. Help us out. President of the Republic of Liberia. The people of the Republic of Liberia were paying him his salary. The people of the Republic of Liberia were paying the wife million plus. But yet today, the son of the two lovable, lovable Liberians who love Liberia so much. The son is yet to wear the football boot for the country of the Republic of Liberia. Both parents are considered Liberians. There's no question asked. But the son is yet to wear the football boot of the country for which they were leading. Terry, we're talking patriotism. Talk to me and then I'll bring the colors in on that. If this is not your subject matter, and I'm going to Liberia right now, some people who go to Liberia, they will not touch it, they will not touch it matter.
If
I
Terry
don't
can
want,
talk about it, I can talk about it.
huh?
If Terry can talk about it, I can talk about it.
Okay, okay. But you're not going to Liberia. I say only people who go to Liberia right now cannot talk about it. But
I
anybody
can
who
talk
not going
about
to
it because I'll be in Liberia on Tuesday. I'm going Monday.
oh, so
So I
you
can
want
talk
to
about it.
okay. Well, let's bring Terry in, folks. But Terry, before you do that, let me take this color off,
Yeah,
and then
sure.
I'll keep your stuff. Caller Samson told Liberia Public, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, I'm Sato, and my name is Ambrose, and hi to all the panel on the show. Mr. Torino, to be honest, maybe the thing that I was saying you're not like it because I'm not going to be preaching the gospel of Joseph Walker, but I'm just going to speak my mind and just be true.
Okay. I got Channing phone. My Channing phone not working tonight.
I understand, Mr. Tor. But like the previous speaker, the point now, we are the point of break. You see what Terry said? It's because of the lawlessness that we have encouraged in that country. The army have the guts to say that they're going to be patrolling the country without the president declaring the state of emergency. That we have your issue in the country where the army should come out to help. But without the president declining that state of emergency, the army is saying they will be going out, be patrolling the country. The army can go to the border, except to the border. If they feel that just coming in the country and they want to be touching the security, yeah, they can go to the border. But not patrolling the country. But because of the lawlessness we have encouraged, that's why some brigade general or somebody in the army thinks that you get the audacity to be patrolling the country without the president declaring a state of emergency. Because that would be the first approach. Consult the House of Representatives or the Senate that we have this issue and he wants to release the army to patrol the country. But without none of that being done, or army man who have already had Nico talk saying he's going to start patrolling the country.
Thank you.
To start hunting that drug dealer. But Mr. Toe, I listen to your show religiously. But sometimes you got to start being, there's nothing wrong with you supporting the president or love the president. But the president has followed the case. You see, one day today, I don't know if it was either Omega or Rayla Market, you can see the little crying. She said she supported Joseph Walker. She voted for Joseph Walker because her son was on drugs. And the way they said they were going to handle the drugs issue, her son is wasted now on the drugs, or it broke her heart. We gotta be. I know we love people, we admire them, but we gotta be honest. Because our country is heading bad direction.
Thank you, Ambrose.
I'm thinking, Mr. Toe, look at what took the report, and look at the Senate. Just I never hear one minister of the story, but look at the letter Duque wrote saying, "Oh, Ambrose is from Lima. Ambrose is from Grand Gile. Ambrose is from Maryland. He hired a pocket board. Ambrose is a Unity Party man, or Mr. Toe is a nominee party. What kind of sense is that? You hire people based on party loyalty or ethnic group that they come from, and you get a guts to write that in a letter. So some people can say, "Oh, you hire people because of the party loyalty."
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's not right. Yeah,
Thank you, Ambrose. Again, folks, give us a call here, 916-533-2048. Ambrose, thank you very much. Go ahead, Terry. Go ahead, talk to us about
those are some of the saddening things that those are some of the reasons why we're having problems in Liberia. Is because of some of these things you just highlighted. I was listening to the former president who was asked the question in regards to whether if he's going to bring, why he have not brought academy, and he said he don't have to do it. Another person can do it. Can you imagine that? He said another person can do it. He don't have to do it. He already played for. His contribution was he played for the national team and he took the national team, qualified the national team, used his own resources on the national team. So based upon that, he didn't need to bring, football academy to the country. So this is the man that they are saying is the best option for Liberia. The most popular man in the country, the only African world best player, soccer player. All his friends, majority of his friends, the Samuel Eto'o, the Didier Drogba, the Michael Essent, the Adebayo, Emmanuel Adebayo from Togo. These people are making great and significant impact, and the people have not made them president yet. They are making great impact when it comes to soccer. Most of them have academy. Kanu, one called Kanu from Nigeria. All right, Okocha. These people are making great impact. Go and make research on these people and see the work they're doing when it comes to soccer in the country. But our former president, who was just elected as president, was asked on the football field, why, what are your intentions in regards to creating an academy? And guess what he said? He said he don't have to do it. That is not, he's not going to do it. So this is the fear here. Who can point, who in Liberia can point at our former president and say, this man is my role model in soccer?
Caller, just hold on. Let Terry land, and we'll come to you. Go ahead, my brother.
Timothy Weah himself. Timothy Weah. I must give that picking credit because I want to believe Timothy Weah not playing for Liberia is personal. I think it's on the basis of a family issue. Because Timothy Weah was asked on international wire by Terry Henry, who is your role model. He said Terry Henry is his role model. And Terry Henry said, your father is my role model. But Timothy Weah did not refer to his father. He referred to Terry Henry as the role model. So my question is, who sees him in the country, in Liberia?
Caller, will
From the
come
young
to
players
you.
and soccer legends,
Let Terry land.
sees him as the role model. Because those are the hallmark of leadership. Somebody must see you. Somebody must be inspired by what you did or what you do from your country. And it is very good for you to go back and help your people to come to the level where you are at. Even if they don't meet that target, but I think his contribution to that aspect would have been a great game changer, especially for the soccer community in Liberia, which is a very huge community, But yeah, I thought that was something. And again, it is his free will. But in my opinion, yeah, it's something to look at.
Thank you. Caller, Samson Toll, Liberia Public Radio, conversation with Samson Toll, the liberal. What's on your mind? What's your name? Where you're calling from? Please, let's hear from you.
Good evening, Mr. Toll. How you doing?
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful to hear you, Davis.
Thank you for the show tonight. The issue concerning our country, where the country is going, captured right for the city. I can remember we were in Bassa when the Uganda troops were in the loop. Mr. Toll, we're going to 4-5 in the evening. We see our young Liberian girls in line. You see over 1,000 of them going to the air commands. And that only started when OTC entered Bassa also. OTC entered Bassa, they brought a lot of children in that era. Now they counted the OTC operator in. And most of the children, they left them with a single mother. And look at our country state, most of the single mother don't have a career, don't have money. It's difficult. And that's the reason why you see many of our young people that support to replace the older folk, majority of them are on the street today. Besides that, Mr. Toll, When the war came, how the people who never had nothing, at the end of the day, they the one getting the war that were leading those that had something in the past. So the country had been lawless. The lawlessness from the war. I can remember when we were in the interior those days, when the woman touched somebody just to press your phone road or the road are going on your quarter. When the touchy made the announcement, we were defied the touchy to say, you're not going down there to go clean the road. So the system was there. But today, say the war, everything has fallen apart. And one of the main reasons now called tonight, Mr. About being a security expert on the show, I really want to bring that to attention. There's a group in Nigeria that own they call it digital marketing.
Oh, hold on. Let me merge this color, please. Hold on. Let's merge this color. Go ahead, Davis. The color is merged. Go ahead. He will be next.
The digital marketing, they just stupid people in our country. They will tell you, we got a scholarship for you to go to the place. You pay 3,000. Can you imagine how our country is looking? People selling their property just to say that children are grown. And when they pay the money to the people, they will put on the people passport, their birth certificate, everything. Then they will tell you go Ghana or go Nigeria. When you go to that area, at the end of the day, the embassy, what they say to you when you go there, you cannot, the embassy can always deny that they did it to my friend, they did it to another friend that I know. And these people were raided by the police. I had a video in my phone. They were raided by the police. And not only young people, they got older men and women among them that just duping the country. So it's getting bad. So I really want for us to talk to our leader. Mr. Barker, said there's a white character in the country. It's Syria. And if we want for the country to go forward, we have a set how to make our country to be better. Nobody cannot do it for her. Thank you for the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh, did I drop? Oh, caller, hold on, please. Sorry about that. Let me call, guys. Just hold on. Let me call this caller back. Please give me a minute. I just drop everybody, please. Caller, I'm sorry. I just pressed the wrong channel button here tonight. Yeah. Yeah, they all up independent king. He brought a Chinese spirit in me. I just pressing all kind of wrong button tonight. But go ahead, my brother. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, this is calling.
Right.
Look, I have no problem with the military of Liberia patrolling the border. Going after from day one. That's what Mr. the President Braga was supposed to do. He was already passed an executive order. They allowed the military to fight this drug, to bring these people that are bringing the drug into the country, to bring them to jail, to bring them to justice. But the thing was, he did not do that. Now you have a problem with it. Even with the drug administration, you have a problem with it. Nobody running the country. So I don't blame the military people. The people say, the people because of lawlessness, the military is coming on. So no. If you're sitting in the country and people bringing drugs into the country, the people who's supposed to fight the drug, they're not fighting the drug. What you expect the military to do? To say that? No, that doesn't help.
So let me push you. Let me push you a little bit. You're an intelligent person. What happened to the Constitution? What happened to if any of the people, because you have a lot legislatures that are supposed to participate in this type of conversation? You're talking about country bowler. You have a citizen of the country. I mean, of the country that lives near those borders. Can the citizen go and sue this government? What happened to the judiciary? Those people, they have no part to play in it. Just the military say, I say, and then they go and do what I say.
Labor. You may give me a laugh. You know what may give me a laugh is if you're talking about the Constitution of Liberia, right? So what happened to the majority blind and minority blind? Good night. I to go on the public. But what happened to that Constitution? So how could the 250,000 Liberia died? They're not part of Liberia Constitution too. So we just sit down and do the wrong and then we just forget it. So I don't blame the military. If I were even the commander of the military, said, okay, order to go after drug dealer, catch them. No sorry man for them. Not even change us there.
Wow. Thank you.
But thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, guys, let's wrap this up. I think that will be the last quarter for the night. Let's try to wrap it up. Let's hear from each of
So
you.
so Libra, I
Yeah,
wanted to
give,
respond to
give us your,
Terry.
but use that too as a wrapping now. You got,
Oh, okay, no
yeah,
problem.
yeah,
Oh,
we're wrapping
you
now.
closing early, oh, it's just 9:37.
My man,
Anyway.
my pop buddy, I beg you, don't come waste my time. Don't worry, you. You know, you are coming to sit there. What they listen to you? Why I gab you all what the area? My my juke finish.
Well, you put a beer bottle down and you got your glass.
Go ahead, let me hear from you.
No.
Hey,
So I just wanted to push back on Terry a little bit before I close. So Timothy Weah, when you look at soccer now, modern soccer, right? Where you can determine, say you are in Ivory Coast, you are in Ghana, and you are born in Ghana, wherever you find yourself and you are playing. And if that country want you to play for them, it's up to you to decide what you want to do, where you want to play or where you don't want to play. You want to play. I bet you better two of her kids, one play in Ghana, one play in Germany. Is that being unpatriotic?
who?
Abeti Pele, two of his children, one play in Ghana, one play in Germany. And when Ghana played Germany, both of them play against each other in the league. But does that mean his father is not Abeti Pele? Let me tell you something, brother. Sometimes when we sit here and we try to criticize and want to make President Weah look like a bad person, when our country before went to war, President Weah established the Gion Professional Football Association in Liberia, Gion Pro. Through Gion Pro, a lot of Liberians were able to go abroad to play soccer, professional football from through Gion Pro. He also established something with the late Mario, where they were sparking Liberian talent. You have to play for RE, and then they will take you and send you abroad through a contract that it was the team that they will spark, the team will come and spark you and sign. Like how Prince Day left from Ghana because they wanted to send Prince Day from Ghana to Europe. But Prince Day had to come to play for RE before coming.
Hold on,
Go ahead.
your patron calling. I cannot answer him. Hold your answers right there, Carter. Go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? I don't know your name. I forgot your name. I forgot all your title.
You forgot my name today? You know, how you doing, Mr. Two? How everybody doing?
The great Aaron Brappler. Go ahead, G.
I don't want to call to Ned, but I was just pressed to call just now to respond to Terry. Because sometimes Terry can just sit there and just talk. Then he ready, he go let him talk about people talking tabata. Terry, your children you born in this country, when they decide to play for America, you will tell them say they're not or patriotic Liberian, or they're not supposed to be Liberian.
Terry, just write it down. You will respond.
They weren't born by or Liberian. How you going to come to this course? You see, you don't support the Unity Party. You got nothing to talk about again. The only thing you're saying now is you will turn you get tired, and now you're running to George. We saw playing for the United States. It don't make no sense because all of you on that platform, you got children that were born in this country, and they will do what they want to do when the age reach for them to do it. You have no decision to make in that process. I just wanted to say that. Thank you. Timothy, we have started playing football from small. He was born in this country and he started playing his soccer from small. He went through all the ranks, all the divisions. You want him to go play for Liberia after he had gone through everything from the youth level all the way to the top? It's sounding really ridiculous, man, Terry. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brobala. So this the thing. So this the thing. Jovia contribute to our football was immense. During our Civil War, I remember in Morovia when we had people fighting on one side of the street, another group fighting on the other side. President Weah took the golden ball to Liberia that day. That player saw power, general power. The war stopped. Both factions came together to receive him. That means to bring smile on our faces when he entered the country. Another thing, I heard liberals saying the government were paying the former first lady money, paying her salary. Government never pay first lady money. The
Was she not
government,
getting? Was she not getting 50? Was she
let
not
me
getting $1 million? Was
let
she
me
not getting $1 million?
let me just
Did she not have budget that said $1 million?
is the present president first they don't have budget for office?
I'm not saying that. I said it's the first lady, former first lady, never had a budget over $1
But
million.
why is this so significant? If the every
We
first lady
pay
has
her
to
salary. We pay her
every
salary. That's what I
no,
said.
you didn't pay salary to her. That's false news. You only give her office money to run her
What
office,
happened to the money? What happened to the money?
but she ran the office with the money.
Oh, okay,
So what
okay,
happened to the first lady today? The first
okay,
lady is being
okay. All
okay.
right, go
Yes,
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Make
the
a statement. Start bringing the other people in.
the first lady of Liberia, the only reason you people brought those stuff all and ran propaganda is because she's from another country. But you got a first lady in office today.
Nobody talk
President
about
Barack's
other
wife.
country. That's why I say, yo, I'm
But
talking other
President,
country. I say the
every
both are
president.
Liberians. Thank you, Walter Carter.
No,
When
no,
you
no,
leave,
don't cut
when
me
you,
off.
when you, when
This
you
is the
leave
thing.
me.
This platform elevate information, educate people. We cannot come here and distort the truth. We must.
Okay.
Then I just talk about speaking the truth on this platform, and then you come here and you want twat the whole thing.
Is the first lady not getting $1 million? She never got $1 million.
Oh, wait a minute now.
What's my
The
car?
first lady was
Liberal, you
never
gotta get
paid
it. Liberal, you
salary.
gotta get a man chance.
The
Dr.
first
Male,
lady was
Dr.
never
Male, I'm
paid
running the
salary.
show.
Oh no, we
So we're
can't do
not
it
gonna
like that.
there's no room for that. I'm asking the
No,
man.
you are harassing the man.
That's my
Yeah, you
job.
cannot
I
be
was
doing that,
harassing.
Libra.
No, you
Let me
can't be
ask
doing
you
that.
this. Let me ask you this, Walter Carter. Let me ask you this. What did the first lady didn't have they didn't have $1 million budget?
The first lady has a budget for her office, but
Okay.
what
Okay.
you said was she was
Okay.
on
Thank you.
salary.
Thank you. Thank you.
So my
Thank you.
question to you is: the first lady today not having $1 million in her office?
Thank you. I'm not talking about that one.
No. Let's talk about it
Walter
because
Carter, I'm
you
not
acting
sure.
like
I ask you a
it is
question.
free money.
I'm not on the witness stand. You
But then
know.
why you put it?
Liberal, I thought we're closing now.
Yeah, Libra, let's close.
Dr. Male, you want to go home? You can go. I just have my juice finished. I say I'm hungry. I want to leave. So
Yeah, your
Walter
power
Carter, thank
board.
you.
You thought getting the man.
Yeah, don't
Walter
interrogate me. I'm
Carter,
a
thank you very
panelist
much.
here.
Thank you. Dr. Male, I know you love, but Jerry told us every Liberian, they think medical doctor, they think a lawyer, they think everything. So I'm not faulting you.
No,
Give us your
on a
closing, Dr. Male.
on a serious note. Can me end my closing or you cutting me off because I put what in your skin again? I mean your Gary. So this this the thing your power stay ball, oh man. Your power stay ball. So let's face reality here. Let's take President we are out of the equation because you people fighting hard to push a narrative that the failure of Bwaka should not be the reawakening of President Weah. Like people don't think like that. Today, there was a public, how you call it, not public hearing, but what I would call it,
Read this.
polling.
Walter Carter, read this.
The first lady Bwaka, what happened?
You hear that?
So how her office get paid? How she got
Okay.
staff in your office?
Not for
Because
yourself.
happiness,
Let me
in fact,
let me
happiness is not a real person.
Thank you.
Happiness
Let
coming.
me bring in Dr.
Mr.
Male.
To, you cannot be bringing this
When
kind
are
of.
you leaving? You say
Mr. To, you yourself, man, you know me, Mr. To, as a liberal, engineering, political guru, you believe that statement for happiness coming?
well,
The Nisa alone is a funny name.
okay.
You believe it?
Okay. Happiness. Your man telling you happiness coming. You think man gonna come around with you? Let me bring in Dr. Male. Dr. Male, make it brief. You got less than 30 seconds.
Oh my God.
Well, I know the friendship getting ready to be more than now. Anyway.
Because you know why I'm there with two of y'all right now?
No.
Yeah, the man he coming right. He's supposed to stay off of this show tonight, so we'll have fun. He coming right. He laughing already because you're two. He thinks that you're two giving me a hard time now. That's why he laughing. And I'm not here to for kumbaya tonight either. Let's hear from you, Dr. Mary. 2 seconds.
Yeah, liberal. To be very frank with you, let's start with George Weah. I think we'll be bickering over taking sand on the beach and putting it on the beach. George Weah era has ended. Government is continuity. If George Weah did not build sports stadium, It's not compulsory because I came from an educational background, so I should build all the university in Liberia. No, government has priority. Joseph Boakai, he come from the agricultural background. Is he being agriculture college in Liberia? No. He's supporting agriculture, but he has a priority. And his priority here from my assessment is roads, roads, and roads, and roads. Right? So the government in place now should make this sport thing a priority if the thing is important. And don't forget about Joe Weir. There's a government that before all right now. We all have said over and over again that, like what Mr. Bacon said, in fact, we all said it, Liberia was beautiful from the beginning. The family structure, the police taking control, putting things under control until the war came. I agree. Let's get back to Rwanda. Rwanda fought war, killed a whole lot of people. Go to Rwanda right now. So it's a question of vision. All right? It's not a question of shifting blame. So where is the vision now of the arrest government to put this thing under control? That is the question right now. It's not about Joawea. It's not about Helen. It's a question of government. It's a continuity. There's a government before all. We're looking up to this government now to lead us. The past is the past. We're done with that. People rape people. I mean, it's the mismanagement in the system, corruption, in cultural impunity. So what is the government doing right now to create a roadmap that will take us into the future? That is the question right now. I get 5 friends in Rwanda right now. They at the university there. I ask them so many questions. Rwanda war started in 1994. The Tutsi and the Hutu, we know the story. They came back. Everything we experiencing now in our society, it was experienced in Rwanda. Everything you can think about. Okay? The peacekeeper abuse people, all kinds of things. But go to Rwanda right now. You put trash on the street, labor. According to what my friends told me, the police will arrest you no matter who you are. Yes. So the question now is, Liberia need a visionary leader. We need a leader. Joawea, we say he failed. Oh, he gone. We're done with him. Helen and Boakai, we say they failed. Okay, we're done with them. What is on the platform right now to rescue this nation? That should be our question right now. And what is happening now? We can make a projection that, Mr. Bacon just said, no matter what happened, His Excellency will make our country good. All right? From the projection, from my own projection and my calculation, if we don't take time, His Excellency may soon be taking the country in the wrong direction based on his leadership style. You see, based on his leadership style, we might soon be going in the wrong direction. He trying his best. He trying. But until he leave behind a blueprint that another government will capitalize on to put things under control, nothing going to happen in our country. So now our focus is, what is the rescue government doing to take us out of this calamity? Don't forget about the past government. They're all gone now. So that is a challenge to rescue 1, 2, and 3.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Mali. Wonderful point. Let's hear from you, Terry. Please talk to us.
Yeah, so firstly, Dr. Mali, we're not going to forget about the past government, because the past government, like you said, government is from G to G, from one government to another. So the previous government set was supposed to determine how well this government performed. This is why even in the United States of America, Donald Trump is still blaming Joe Biden. Just how when Joe Biden was there, he was blaming Donald Trump. And that is what today the people of America saw, that, it was probably not Donald Trump's fault. That is why they brought him back and put him in the White House. So you cannot say, and CDC government blame Madam Shirley 12 years failure on some things, for them to fail. And because they lie to the people using under the cover of darkness of Madame Sirleaf's story, that is why the people voted Unity Party back into power. So if this government continue to use the WEA's name and fail to undo what WEA did, definitely the people might likely bring them back, possibly, which I doubt it will. To the issue of Timothy Weah is not a patriotic Liberian. Let me be on the record. He's not. Timothy Weah is a patriotic American. He's patriotic to America because he's an American citizen. Timothy Weah also debunked an alleged allegation that were leveled against him concerning properties found in Liberia that was it was claimed under the CDC-led government that it was for him. All right, and the board debunked it. And let us not drag Timothy Weah in here. Timothy Weah don't have to be a patriotic Liberian, because, like we said the last time, to be patriotic is not something you fake. To be patriotic is something have to make you patriotic to your country, and I won't blame him for that. I'm not blaming Timothy Weah for him not being patriotic to Liberia, because he was born in America. He choose where he want to be, and this is why he's now playing for the national team of the United States of America. All right, but my point has been, you talk about President. My point has been, President Weah did not contribute immensely enough. He did not contribute enough to the transformation of the soccer game, knowing very well the impact that soccer made in his life as a young player coming up. And that is just it. He rose to the place of being president. You talk about President Boca, don't have any agriculture stuff. The first thing on President Boca arrest agenda is agriculture. And everybody know right now that President Boca is doing great. He's performing very well in agriculture. There are hectares of land that is projected all over the place that they are working on right now. Lastly, Liberal, to talk about the AFL, right? The AFL organization, the AFL said they organized this operation from the chief of staff, and this operation is intended to curtail transnational maritime crimes across Liberia, all right? And to curtail illicit drug trade and all of that. And this operation will be done on a quarterly basis. And guess what? The first round of operation, they got Monrovia on the list, Montserrado County on the list, Cape Mount, and other part of Liberia. So these operations, I doubt that this operation was an operation that was commanded by the president, because the guy who was saying this thing said there's a quarterly operation that came from the chief of staff. I agree. President might be brief, and other people might have been brief on the information, but I think this is an operation that falls squarely under the military themselves. Thank you.
Let me show this picture. I just found out on Facebook. Look at this. That on left hand up. When this one happen? He put it right hand up now. Now in a way now the guy Kofa now showing left hand. AI in Liberia.
Anything is possible in Liberia.
But people, we got problem. We're gonna be inside for a long time. The guy Kofa now showing left hand, the guy Kun showing right hand. Let me show you again. You think I'm making up? Look at this. Look at this, my people. Look at it. Yeah, Kofa showing left hand now this way, and Kun showing right hand. These are people you think we can say. We just come out here have conversation to make ourselves happy. You got people that will do these kinds of stuff.
But Liberal, your president political advisor, I think the political advisor is not really playing her role very well, because Liberia right now, the reflection from the house, what is happening in the house, is a reflection of the political divide, and she got to solve it. She got to advise the president on ways and means of how to solve it. What her name, Mandela Cooper? She's the political advisor to the president. I don't know if she understands the political divide and the political landscape, but she lacks. Yeah, Dr.
I will 35-year-old experienced person go advise 80-year-old.
That is it in labor been talking all along.
Let me
Now I got to
bring
be
it.
squeezed in labor corner.
Let me bring in. Thank you, Jerry. Let me bring in Jerry. The other American thought about that in feeling you come. You see? I know them. That's sedition. They do yama yama and then they run away. That's sedition. That's what they do. But let me bring in Jerry. Jerry, talk to me. You got 10 minutes. That's for your business. We started early to this week and have all of the time. You got 10 minutes, Jerry.
You know, the man should have been here to listen after he fired the gun. These are the things they do. They're nothing but cowards. They're nothing but cowards. That's cowardness. And you know, you fire the gun and you take off. That's cowardness. Anyway, that's the point. First of all, he's not familiar with the history because there's nowhere in Liberia people were arrested doing tournament or October time for vagrancy and be sent to Bela Yala. No, it's not happening in Liberia. There's no statistic, there's no evidence to that effect. No. Vagrancy was there because people was looting in the daytime, and that's why the vagrancy law was exist at that time. You know, so there's no
Just acting like you were born in your time.
So there's no law of vagrancy. People were arrested and sent to Bela. Bela Yala was possible bill to talk about administration, Barclay and talk about administration. So do for political reason, where it was do for politics or political anti-government for that purpose. You know, man, Barclay then Coleman then who want to do assassinate the president. That they were the sending. You know, post-Tackett. So post-Tackett was in Monrovia, then they sent one of them. We've got our two high institution, post-Tackett and post-Tackett in BTC and Bela Yala was in way in Lofa County. So these are the things. But that's the point. One of the quarter call and say, oh, travelism, look, yeah, Donald Trump here. Who he employed? Who he hired? So Republican. And he go cross cabinet, or his cabinet. Or his cabinet, that's also Republican, or his donuts. So, look, we are doing well. Work hard going across the bringing CDC, Unity Party, Labour Party, Action Party, where all kinds of parties are being brought into his government. He's not excluding people now because you are not or Unity partisan. So for that reason, you're not employed. So here we are as a Liberian. Let's go back to the genesis of our talk tonight. Where are we when it comes to our country? It's our responsibility and obligation as a Liberian to make sure that we secure that land and protect it. We are losing grip of our people. We are losing grip of our citizens, especially the young generation when it comes to drugs, when it comes to these things. These are things. The discipline is evaporating right in our eyes, right on our feet. And it's time for us to take control, especially when it comes to our education system. Today, the student in the class, they don't want to study no more. They don't want to do nothing. They want to take shortcut. And we have to put a system in place. Somebody come from Grand Chile, he failed 9th grade, and he can't do Murray, he can't take 11th grade. How are you gonna close that vacuum? All right, let me close by days. Here's our passport system. There's no system in our in Liberia. People come in our country, they get our passport and do this thing. So this, I think, we need to put a system in place that will help each one of us, the integrity of our country. We are obligated, regardless whether you are Unity partisan, whether you are CDC partisan. It's our responsibility to protect our country. Even the security, we need human intelligence. We can have all the investigation, but we still need human intelligence. You cannot operate a country without human intelligence. We can get cellular, we can get drone, we can do all what we want, but you still need human intelligence to be able to do the work. And We need to build a relationship with our, I call them our partner. You know, partner is based upon trust. And, like if you're married, you gotta trust in your wife. You gotta get a trust in your children. You gotta get trust for the people to really believe you, to give you information what you want. So when it comes to this thing, I think, oh, Mr. Bagan, are you serious? Nobody has arrested for vacancy. No. In the 70s, nobody was sent to Bella Yada. That's what I'm saying. Somebody arrested for vacancy and sent them to Bella Yada. That's it. But yes, let me clarify something. The government can use that to hold you if they have something that they want to use against you to hold you for it. They can arrest you for frequency and they can keep you for 72 hours and they will investigation because probably they don't have a complete charges against you. They can arrest you for frequency and through that they can still interrogate you and they'll be able to find evidence because they don't want you to escape. So they can use that. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, folks, Samson told Labra Padrino, Dr. Malley, I want to thank you very much. Terry, thank you very much. Walter Carter, thank you as well. Jerry, thank you guys very much. We
Well,
did
you
a
see,
wonderful.
Dr. June, we don't monitor the water tonight, so that's fine, So you tell your Tabata we're not gonna go there tonight, so that's a
No,
whole
Well,
no.
rescue one, we're getting ready now.
No. We're not gonna dignify you. Tell your team you want to talk. We'll promote what we want to promote. So that's a different strategy. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I
All right.
want to say that let's meet tomorrow, Mr. Social, where we're gonna
Thank you.
have fun as usual. Again, I
Yep.
want to thank all of you again. Terry, thank you very much as usual. Before you go, Terry, I want to. I think I told you this before, but I want to say again. Though you are a pastor, so you are much more different than many of us when we got here, because you are already into things and ground and way grounded than any other. Okay, a color. Let me take this color, please, guys. Color, we're way out of time, but because you had what's on your mind? What's your name? Where you're calling from? We'll take that. Make it brief for us, please.
Okay, let me get all of this area.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Go ahead.
talking.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Toe, and everybody on the show.
Thank you. We're just out of time, so just make it brief for us.
Yeah, so back on talking, and you try to talk about Donald Trump and try to compare with Liberia. He know fully well he's in the United States here. You know what all Donald Trump is doing is just off track. So why you want that kind of comparison? Is Donald Trump right for all these things that he's doing? For all the things that he's doing phony, is he right? So let's get back to Liberia a little bit. I don't disagree with him on that comparison. Let's get back to Liberia. Liberia, we need to be serious. There are a lot of irregularity that's going on. Let's say the president need to put his scheme together and do the right thing. Let people shouldn't be talking about previous leadership. That's all I can say. Liberia needs to be highly concentrated on concerning development. Thank you.
Thank you. You'll be the last caller. So, Jerry, we'll try to answer that tomorrow.
Thank you.
But thank you guys. Thank you guys very much. He's a
I'll make
caller.
a note of it.
He's one of the listeners here. So, but I want to thank you guys, and I'll say let's meet on Mr. Social tomorrow, so we can have fun as usual.
Well prepared.
Again, but let me say this
Well
as I was saying to Terry, you know, when I came in this country back in July of 1980, I was around 15, 16, 17, something like that. But you will not catch me having discussion about anything Liberia. The only thing you want to catch me with Liberia is to go wah yo. That's it. Nothing else. Football and what have
And what is that? Wow, you. What is that?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now I run away. Now I can't stay in Rhode Island. Rhode Island is my kryptonite. I can't stay in Rhode Island. But anyhow, but for you, as young as you are, even though you're a pastor and things like that, but every night that when the show open, you come in to discuss. And every night you come in, people come out and say things, but yet still you are able to come and be yourself. I really respect that, and I appreciate that. As young as you are, to be able to do that, I appreciate that. I want to say this here publicly. Thank you very much. I think
Thank you, Liberal.
your contribution are very helpful to our community.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Bacon, Mr. Bacon, my number change.
That one made a man pastor.
Okay, test me a new number.
Yeah.
Dr. Mali, when you were this young, you even know what you can't even walk with Bible. That's my cousin.
That the one made a man pastor. That her pastor that the tolerant
my cousin is about 2 hours away from me.
I disagree because that one of the subjects we're taking national exam. You got to take Bible. It was
yeah, but I myself we did Bible team.
No. But I think it was wrong. You can't impose Bible on the nation.
There we go. Good night.
Good night, my people. Good night.
Good night, Dr. Mane. I don't want no trouble tonight. Again, folks, Jerry, thank you very much. Jerry, good night as well. Thank you.
Good night.
Again, folks, Mr. Soul, why is it you got to come in and help with it? See, look how my picture not even taking the whole screen. Why is that? What have you done? My picture is not taking the whole screen. I don't need to come to class for me to know how to do it. I'm the board chair. You're supposed to show all of these things to the board chair. You're sitting down there, you know how to do it. Look at my picture, not filling the whole thing. I'm the board chair on this platform. Why you hiding things from me? We're gonna have we're gonna have some sort of an investigation here. Why is the board chair picture is not filling up? It's gonna be another subject matter for the board to discuss. Thank you. Again, folks, Samson told I want to thank all of you again tonight. Please let's tune into Mr. Soul Show tomorrow, and then let's have fun together. I will say good night to all of you. Good night, folks.
Amigo